Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. We're getting back to the Dealing with People series today. And this is very important. Very important. I mean, most of my videos are. But this one, definitely, you want to pay attention. Dealing with people. Dealing with people who criticize you while you're struggling / kick you while you're down. What should we do about these people? Sometimes these people be in our families. Sometimes these people be people you worked with, you used to work with. Sometimes these people might be your neighbors. What should we do in dealing with these? The stat is 72% of people are paycheck to paycheck, and a lot of the criticism comes from people who no longer are paycheck to paycheck, like even on YouTube, for instance. The Tate brother, Tristan Tate or whatever, just came out and said red pill people are autistic. And it's like that's a kick on people that are autistic. I'm not autistic, but I know people. I have relatives that are. I went to school with a lot of autistic kids in our high school. And I always felt compelled to look out for them and to take up for him. And it's like, when he said that, it's like, to me, them dudes, they ain't nothing, man. They ain't nothing, man. All that little kickboxing stuff, that ain't nothing, man. Like, and then, this is what I want you to understand about most people who will critique you while you're down. Most of them had to scam their way from the bottom. So, they scam their way, whether it's trafficking girls like the Tate brothers, like forcing them girls, probably beating on them, punking them. Or it's somebody that fake it till they make it, like Anton and Angry Man, who allegedly both of them bought subs. Like, and there's people who have proof of this, that Angry Man and Anton Daniels both bought subs. And Pearly Things probably did as well. What's that on my face? You know, but you get these people that, and they said Kevin Samuels was buying subs. You know, because what they do is they'll buy the sub, and because black people in general, they go by numbers, they go by appearance. They easy to fool. Like, if I want to be a grifter, it's easy. All I gotta do is rent a car, make some videos with it, say it's mine, so on and so forth. Bam. Super chat, super chat, super chat. Because black people are taught, even in churches, to give to the rich. You know, you're not going to be blessed if you help somebody out that's poor. And I can tell you firsthand, with my giving throughout my lifetime, I got more blessed financially, more came back, giving to people who really needed my help, than people who already got it that I'm just trying to have them rub off on me. So how do you deal with these people? They say, why you broke, man? You make X amount of dollars. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. The first thing, find out who is detrimental and who's beneficial to you, and don't exclude anybody. Nobody's excluded. No exceptions. If any of these people who are criticizing you are not helping you, can't help you, or won't help you, use them as motivation. Use all of them as motivation, but do not bring along anyone that could have made it easier for you that didn't. Don't let them benefit. So you got to focus on making it. Like I was telling somebody, like, being broke in 2023 is going to be a whole lot harder because of inflation, because of the cost of everything. So when you get into that cycle, it's going to be hard to get out. That's why you got to stay out of that cycle. Don't be paying all your money out to bills. You got to put something up for yourself. You know, you got to, if you're a job working person, if you don't have businesses and stuff, you got to get your credit in order. Go to Credit Karma. Sign up for Credit Karma so you can monitor it, so you can see all of your collections. Because the collections hurt your credit more than late bills. Like let's say you got 5 collections. Each one you pay off, your credit score is going to go up by 25 points. And so when your credit score goes up, it'll make it easier for you to get cars and things of that nature instead of having to buy cars that's going to break down on you and you still got to pay for it because of your credit. So let me tell y'all something, especially you guys. Do not focus on sex. Don't focus on finding no girl if you're not rich. And I know people try to mock, here we go with this again. Yeah, here we go with this again. I'm not telling you not to deal with them at all, but I'm telling you don't make them your priority. You got to get some money. And if your credit is bad, you got to get your credit in order. You got to get all your collections paid off. You got to start paying something on your bills. So your credit score will go up and it'll be easier for you if you need something. You know, they're not going to be able to like charge you like what they can charge you per se when your credit is bad. So the first thing, like I said, use them as motivation. Like make sure every time you get any money, always put something up that you're not going to use unless it's an absolute emergency. And we doing this because we got to get revenge, y'all. If people been, he's struggling, he a loser, don't listen to nobody on YouTube talking about that loser stuff. Because most of them are either Freemasons, agents, grifters, fake it till you make it, trafficking girls, selling drugs. Some of these dudes selling drugs. So we ain't none of that success, none of that. So we just using them as motivation. We're going to make it the right way. But don't let these people who trying to kick you while you down kind of get to you. Don't let them do it. You got to get more aggressive and more cutthroat than that. You got to be more willing to tell somebody something like, nope. Remember when I was down? You could have helped me and you didn't. Oh, man, you going to hold grudges. And don't let it, if you're a religious person, spiritual person, do not let people bring the Bible in it. Don't let them bring up the Bible because that's what they'll do. They'll try to bring in the Bible to weaken you. When God, let me tell you something about the Most High that people better understand. And a lot of y'all going to come up short because y'all don't know this. The Most High is the epitome of gangster. He's just a righteous one. Let me say that again. You ain't never gonna meet a gangster like the Most High. The difference is he's a righteous one. And he loves. But he also judges, and he also will get you. He will get you. So people are being deceived and misled in terms of how God is. And how the devil is. Let me tell you about the devil. The devil will literally beg God, the Most High, to bring trouble in the lives of those who love the Most High in a twisted attempt to come in between them and God. But also to get them to quit. See, a lot of this stuff that you dealing with is from evil spirits and evil people. Evil spirits working through evil people as well. So through all of this, you got to keep fighting. Like the life is a fight. It's a constant fight. It's a constant battle between good and evil. So you just got to keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Oh, ain't nobody, don't be watching that. The recession, the debt ceiling. Let me tell you something. With all of this, right, the U.S. is still the richest country in the world. With some of the richest people in the world. So even don't be listening to that. You just keep living, keep going for yours. And if some weirdo stuff happen, then you adjust and you adapt. But don't give up talking about, well, the world finna end anyway. You don't know when the world gonna end. How you know that? You God? Man, keep going for yours. See, and another thing, just because you like a YouTuber, whether it's me or somebody else, do not live by their words or mine. See what we say and figure out if it's useful or if it's true. You got doom and gloom people on YouTube. You got some of everything on YouTube. Think about it. If you like 10 YouTubers, right? And they all saying something different, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be like getting pulled every direction. You got to keep going in the direction that you want to go, which should be forward. It's forward. And don't pay too much attention to these guys, especially Andrew. Man, let me tell you something, man. I don't trust nobody that smokes cigars all the time. I can see sometimes, but how can I trust you and you're constantly putting stuff in your body that's doing harm? They say, well, you eating certain food. I guarantee you them cigars is doing more harm than anything. I could eat a triple bacon sandwich every day, 3 times a day. And somebody else smoked 3 cigars a day, I guarantee you that person that smoked 3 cigars a day is doing more damage than me and that bacon. Let me stop talking about bacon before I end up frying some. But y'all, on some serious stuff, mark those. Use them as motivation, number 1. Number 2, I think it would be a good idea to get away from around them. Like, if you in a relationship with a girlfriend or a wife, and all they do is just criticize you, like every time something go bad, they're doing this, but that's it. Man, that's a leech. They're not useful to you. If you can't help me get this money and we get these luxuries together, I shouldn't be hearing from you. Like, why are you talking? You're not going to help me. Like, what are you talking about? If we ain't going to work as a team, why am I hearing your voice? This is how y'all should be with y'all parents, with spouses, girlfriends, brothers, cousins, whoever. If they not going to help you get what you need, what is there to talk about? I need to be going and getting what I need. So that's the next thing. Don't be talking to them so much. Don't tell them any of your business. Handle your struggle yourself. See, that's where I was messing up back in the day. Like, I was telling people, like, when I was changing my life around, it seems like sometimes this happens, man. You can go from being a drug dealer that never went without money to trying to be a believer, trying to follow God, and you never have money. Or you always got some type of, you got to fight through that. You don't go back to selling drugs. You don't go back to robbing people. You got to figure out a way to stay free and get the money you need. If you're a hustler, you're a hustler. And here's another thing. If you used to be a hustler, do not let these women take your hustle out of you. They want you to work these jobs that's not going to pay enough. You just going to struggle. Well, you'll never be at home, will it? Listen, I got to get this money. And once you'll be at home more, take off, like you work for yourself, take at least a day off. But you can't be at home all the time. That ain't how people get rich. You can't be at home all, listen, if she gonna let her do whatever she gonna do. If you suspect your girlfriend or your wife is cheating and she won't tell you, man, set aside some money and make her take one of them lie detectors. They only $500. If she won't take it, then you already know she hiding something. But don't ever revolve your life around women. Revolve your life around the Most High and getting this money and staying healthy. Dudes walking around stomach way out to here because in some cases that they worried about what their girl gonna say. Oh, you just go into that gym to look at them girls. Man, don't stop letting these women dictate to y'all. That's not their job. You got your self-esteem that low? When you with a woman, you supposed to have her in check. And if you can't have her in check, you shouldn't even be with her. What's the point? And only the young YouTubers, the blue pill simp YouTubers, like some of the young dudes, you gotta realize they coming up in a different time. They don't know what works yet. So they'll be like, well, that sounds like slavery to me. I believe in 50-50. You young, you like a kid. Wasn't you in high school 10 years ago? If you was in high school 10 years ago, then on most things dealing with relationships, you should only be listening. Because you don't even have enough experience to be, you can interject, don't get me wrong, but you ain't gonna interject correctly if you a kid yourself. Like if you ain't been out of high school, like married, dating, stuff like that for at least 20 years, I mean, I already know that what you believe is going to be like that more new age type of stuff that don't work. So these youngsters and these old people, do not let them, them the main two to try to kick people while they down. Youngsters, what I mean by that, under the age of 35, and well, Andrew Tate and his brother ain't youngsters, but you know, I'm gonna show y'all something kind of off subject, kind of on something. Andrew Tate sat up there and lied on God too, like God is giving him what he got. Andrew, hey, listen, man, if you really was trafficking them girls, you think God was blessing you? You twisted. You really effed up in your mind. I'm going to use what y'all say. If you think that you was, let's say you really did it, you just saying you didn't to get out of it. Organized crime, trafficking girl. God ain't bless you unless you think the devil is God. That's money that they can keep. Don't want that. Don't need that. But do not let these people leech off of you. Do not let these people be constantly talking in your ear, but not doing anything. I'm done talking, and you should be too. There's nothing to talk about other than on my channel, trying to help people with my experiences in life. But in terms of my personal life and your personal life, there is nothing to talk about with people who are not picking me up, supporting, helping. There's nothing to talk about because all they gonna do is disrespect you. You could solve a lot of that by just not even talking to them. Because most of these people, that's all they know how to do. Critique, 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 critique. Okay. Let's say, for instance, say somebody needs a car, right? Let's say your car breaks down. Boom. Your car needs an engine, right? You shouldn't be talking to no one that's not going to help you get that engine or fix it. If it's a mechanic, well, let me come over there and let me take a look at it. That's who you talk to. Let's say you need a roof on your house. You shouldn't be talking to no one that's not going to put the roof on your house or pay for it. That's where we mess up. Y'all loving people who don't help you. And some of them, they criticize you behind your back. A lot of them won't do it in your face. Boy, there's something always going on with him. That kind of stuff. Stop talking to them. Don't ask nobody to borrow no money that you know is not going to help you. You're fueling their ego. Don't talk to them. Focus on getting what you need. You need a car? That means you got to spend some hours working, doing what you got to do to get the money to get you a car. Whether you finance it, which I wouldn't advise unless me personally, I think this used car stuff, you got to stick to new. But the dangerous thing, even that's not a solution because there's racist mechanics out there that will steal parts off your car. They'll tear your car up on purpose because they racist. They don't like black people. So you bring a nice car in there, they liable to steal parts off of it. So you got to go to people who just trying to do their business. No personal attachments. Because that's when people start tearing people's stuff up. I mean, I know what I'm talking about because I had it done to me. I had a Park Avenue, ran, got me everywhere I needed to go. Engine was tight. Decent looking, needed a little work, but hey, it was a good car. I say, all right, I'm getting ready to bring this car all the way up. I want to have them check it, see what I could do, this, that, and the other, right? Because after that, it was going to be paint. I was going to have him clean everything else. Like it was a 2000, might have been 2001, but that thing ran so good. And this is recent. This is one of my recent cars. So check this out. I take it to this shop. I'm thinking, well, this shop is close to, the north side, northwest side. Maybe they, them jokers was racist. I'm telling you, man, they literally tore my car up. I believe they was hitting it with something. I ain't gonna say too much, but man, listen. Okay. I took it from up there. The tire went on flat. I'm like, man, what they do to my car? And I had to give them some money. And so some of y'all be on here talking like ain't no white person racist. You are an idiot. You're slow. You're slow. And you think because they not putting you up in the tree, they got other ways. Just look what they did to my car. And that ain't the first time some weird stuff done happened to my car at the hands of a white mechanic. So don't come on here like they ain't doing nothing. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Some of y'all gonna learn the hard way. But I took my car in there and they basically tore my car up to the point where I had to sell it. So, again, use them as motivation. Stop talking to people that's not helping you. They should know what you got, and they shouldn't always be. And another thing, do not let them depend on you and you can't depend on them. Dependency and support supposed to go around in a circle. So you don't support and help people that don't help you. Especially if you ask them for help, they didn't help you. That's 1-0, right? Right? So when they need your help, make it 1-1. Be like, don't help them. Don't help them. Oh, I need to move all this stuff out of my house. I'm too old. Remember I needed your help back there? You ain't helped me. Do it yourself. So that's the next thing. Help people how much you help people should be dependent upon how much they helped you. I don't care if you got to go back to something from 20 years ago. If you ask somebody for help and they didn't help you and they could have, don't help them when you can. You say, what kind of advice is that from a preacher? Smart advice. See, that's y'all problem. See, y'all, what people done did, they done turned the Most High into something totally different. They make it seem like there's no hell. Like it's no hell. Like everybody just is gonna sing Kumbaya at the end. And so they try to live that way. They be expecting people to do things for them that they don't do for them. Let's say you won Powerball or something. Let's say you won Mega Millions, Powerball. Mega Millions is tonight. Let's say you won, right? I gave it some thought. I used to be like, man, I'm finna do this for this person, that person. But now I look at it like I ain't doing nothing for nobody that wasn't doing nothing for me. Unless it's like for a group, like the homeless or something like that. It ain't gonna be people I know. Cause think about it, I've been preaching for a long time. People don't be coming up to me like, hey, such and such. I just wanted to be a blessing to you. They told me you was a preacher here. They don't do that. So why would I do it? I'm not doing that. People will leech off of you if you let them. All these women on here talking about they the table, but they think they ain't got to do nothing. They think they sex is worth. Okay, watch this. Watch it. This gonna be harsh, and this type of stuff y'all probably don't expect me to say. These women think that their sex is worth a whole lifetime of provision, protection, compensation, this, that, and the other. And that's all they do. And the honest truth is all of them gonna do it less and less over time. They ain't gonna want to do it less. They gonna lose their desire. But they still expect you to give them a lifetime of provision, protection, compensation. It's cheaper to go out and get a prostitute that practically will look better than you and perform better than you. I mean, if you're going to deal with somebody that don't want to do it, that do it just to do it, you see what I'm saying? Which costs less? That girlfriend who putting less and less effort in, don't want to do it, but she getting moist for people who don't have to pay rent for her to stay there or pay a mortgage. Or a woman, oh, she look good. She got a nice such. The only thing y'all got is the Bible in terms of how you're supposed to go about that kind of stuff. You take the Bible out of it, it don't make absolutely no sense to be dealing with these crazy women. unless they're a unicorn. That's the only way I could see it. That it just costs too much. Or unless they make more than you and they bring, you don't live off of them, but at least in that situation, they adding something. So, you dealing with these kick you while you down people, I would advise, it should be a lot of relocation going on. You say, well, I don't got the money. Get it. A lot of people are staying in their hometown and don't nobody be helping them, don't nobody be supporting them. All they do is criticize them, and all they doing is arguing, going back and forth with the people of their town. Why are you still there? I came back to Milwaukee, and it's I kind of regret it. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you nothing that I don't believe or I don't practice. I really should have just fought through like I'm telling you to do while I was down there. I handled some things the wrong way. If I would have did it that way, all the stuff that happened since I've been back in Milwaukee, it would have never happened. Oh, you would be amazed. You would be amazed if I told you. It's not always good to even be in your hometown. I think it's rarely ever good to be in your hometown. How many people be on Facebook, got all these people from their hometown on their page that they don't talk to, they don't deal with, they don't come to your house, you don't go to theirs. They don't invite you. They be throwing shots on Facebook. Some of them don't like you and you ain't never did nothing to them. That's how it goes down in your hometown. For instance, people, I done heard people try to act like I was a bully and stuff like this. I was never a bully. I was always the bully killer. Or, well, I ain't gonna say that. I can't say, well, let me rephrase that. I always dealt with the bullies. So, but people are holding it against you because you were standing on them. They'll hold grudges over that kind of stuff. And they'll hold grudges against you if you was the alpha. Let's say you was the alpha in your hood. Every time you come around, you might not be getting into it with people, but they're intimidated by you. And so now, y'all on Facebook, you got them on your page, they don't even say nothing to you. Or if you say something to them, that some of them won't even respond. That's that hometown stuff right there. Good old hometown. Everybody got a couple people that they talk to on their page. And a bunch of people who either being nosy, hoping you fall down, so on and so forth. That's why you need to use them as motivation. Man, what is that of mine? Use them as motivation. Be one of them people that when you get new stuff, put it on there. If there's a bunch of people who tried to kick you while you're down, you should celebrate your success in their face. But anyway, I got stuff to do. I'm sure you do too. So we will see y'all tomorrow with more videos.